if there's one thing I'm really good at, it's buying a lot of games, but also blue consoles and handhelds like this Sapphire Blue PlayStation Vita I just recently got from Japan. Because, you know, it really did hit me the other day of like, you know, I've earned this. I really need to treat myself. Now, I'm not really sure what I did, but it was a good justification for buying all this stuff, which is that for Vita, really wanted to work on my collection a little bit more, and it is getting very expensive to buy for Vita, but thankfully a lot of these games, relatively cheap. When you get to titles that are either more obscure, or if it's a really desirable Vita game, it's holding its value of $30 to $40, possibly more than that. But we got a bunch of cheaper titles for sure that maybe not as desirable, but still some pretty cool games. And then this will be my third Vita, which again, it's a blue machine, so kind of a running theme I've been doing lately where, if you remember, I bought this aqua blue PlayStation 2. This one was also from Japan, and it is just such a beautiful machine. I love that. And then another buy I did not that long ago, wasn't part of a video or anything, but loved playing the heck out of this, which is also this Game Boy Micro from Japan. And again, it's that same kind of like aqua blue color. I love this thing so much, and I just love the Micro itself, to be honest. I love this cool little handheld. It's just so, I don't know, it's like almost uncomfortable to play nowadays, but I just love this thing, and I love this color. So we got a new Vita to play around with. Also, before we start, I found this random find on eBay, which it was like $12 or $13 for 2 brand new random PS3 games. Totally weird. Obviously, this doesn't need its own video, so I thought we'd throw it into this. So I don't know what this could potentially be, but apparently these are 2 brand new, completely sealed PlayStation 3 games. So we got Viking, Battle for Asgard, and FIFA 15. So you almost had to assume one of them was a sports game. So that's probably how they got away with doing that. It's barely even brand new. Look at all this damage on it. You see that thing right there? And then there's like a huge, like weird impression like in the center. So that's strange. But Viking looks pristine. Oh, what is that? Look at that. It's a sealed game, but like there's like 2 cutouts on the serial number. So it's like repackaged or something. I have never seen a brand new game with that, right? What? That is so bizarre. What, is there a reason for that? That's bizarre to me. That was a weird, very strange listing, but let's get to some Vita games. And this would be, a lot of these are new, by the way, too. Reality Fighters, yes, this was brand new. I think this was like $10 I paid. Vita launch title, and something you'll see in a lot of these is that, well, a lot of them are Vita launch games. Vita actually launched with a pretty decent library. I don't know if decent's the right word, but a lot of games actually. Use the Vita's camera to have some fighters on a countertop or whatever you want to do. A little strange, but I thought that was going to be a cool little thing to buy. Let's break into this one right here, this little white one. And we've got, this one is Aegis of Earth. So I saw a lot of these kind of weird, I don't know. This was kind of like a little bit of an impulse buy. I think it was like $5 or $10 or something, and I thought, why not? Got a little bit of a sticker, but that'll come off easily. Honestly, a lot of this was just going straight up for things that were more reasonably priced, because for Vita that is a tough find. So I thought, oh, why not? Maybe I'll play this. I think it's, no, it's not. Some of these I think are visual novels, which Vita is like the perfect place for that. A lot of visual novels on Vita, and if we're talking nowadays, Switch has taken that throne of being the place to go for some visual novels. Although, admittedly, if you're playing on PS4 or, you know, you play on PC, you're gonna have, those are gonna be a dime a dozen for you if you're into visual novel stuff. Alright, Dynasty Warriors next. I believe this was also a launch game, if I'm not mistaken, and it's in amazing condition, my gosh. I don't know how it is sometimes when these games get sent to retail, but sometimes you just don't even have any luck with like how pristine like the case actually looks. And this looks better than a lot of my games, which, I take them, unbox them, put them on my shelf right away. so they pretty much never get moved around. It's amazing how some of these games can just show up looking crystal clean, especially for the age of them. In Dynasty Warriors, I was never a huge fan of it. I think it's one of those, I don't know if this is the right thing to say, but one of those guilty pleasure games where it's not really great. It's not mind-blowing, but some people just really enjoy it because it's kind of, you don't have to think about it when you when you play a game like that. Just bounce right out. Mod Nation Racers Road Trip. This is a launch title, and I really enjoyed the PS3 game. This is a franchise that didn't last too long, and this game did not have any online support, if I recall. Maybe it did. Let me see. I feel like it didn't. I think that was like the point of it, right? Yeah, just ad hoc. So you could, customize, but then play with just your friends. So nothing online. I think that was a big problem with this particular game. But again, we never really saw Mod Nation ever again as a PlayStation IP. If I can get it off, I'm having a problem opening these. Blaze Blue, not Continuum Shift. This one is I have to get up close here. Chrono, oh my god, Chrono Phantasma, excuse me. I really like the art style of the Blaze Blue games. I'm not really into fighters, so I'm not good at them. That's probably why I'm not that huge into the actual genre. But they are fun when it's more mindless for me, and I don't really have to worry about being competitive or going through a story mode on a more difficult setting. But I always love the characters and the art style of the Blaze Blue franchise. So we got that one there. 2 games in this one, both sealed. Army, Corpse of Hell, and then Lego, whatever this is. So if you don't know, when it comes to Vita stuff, if you want replacement cases, you're going to be hard-pressed to have any good opportunities there, but the Lego games are one of them. Pretty much all the Lego games on Vita are fairly inexpensive, and I believe I paid like $5 or $6 for this, brand new sealed. So the case alone is really worth more than the actual game that you're buying. And then this is also a launch title, brand new. I believe it's a launch title. I may get that wrong off the top of my head. There's only so much PlayStation knowledge I can have up there. But this reviewed kind of mediocre, mixed reviews, but something that I might try for a little bit. This one, handle with care, do not bend. So at least they were conscious about that. That's one way to package it. World of Final Fantasy. I actually really enjoy how they took care of this game. Kind of overly packaged, but as long as it gets to me safe. Yeah, we got World of Final Fantasy. This is a game I've been meaning to play for such a long time, and it's one of those things where, it's in the backlog, but now it's just so, not old, but it's been so long since the game actually came out to where, now it's just whenever I get to it, I get to it. And I think it might be a game that's preferably best played on Vita, just because it's kind of I don't know, it's weird with the handheld preference, right? You want that convenience of pick up and play, even though you really could do that with, your home consoles, because, I don't know, whenever I play handheld, it's always at home anyway. There's always a convenience factor of oh, well, I can just pick it up and play it whenever I want. As if I couldn't do that if I have spare time at home for the console. That's how me and Terrell always talk about that stuff. We only play our handhelds at home, but it just feels more convenient to us. Dungeon Hunter Alliance. What's interesting about this, basically like a, Diablo clone. I'm sorry, I should be bringing these up to the camera closer because the cartridges, the cases are so small. But another Vita launch game here. Kind of reminds me of Warrior's Lair, right, where that was supposed to be a dungeon crawler on Vita. That game was canceled. Also takes me back to my days playing Untold Legends on PSP. Those were really great games. Well, I really played the first one a lot. The second one, I don't think I finished the second one, but the first one was a launch title for PSP, actually, so at least cool that Dungeon Hunter Alliance came back. And there was an Untold Legends on launch day for PS3. That was Dark Kingdom. Okay. After that struggle and a half, or maybe more struggles, we've got Exist Archive. I think this is one of our visual. No, this is actually a little battle game. I'm sorry. I ordered some of these a long time ago, so I'm actually not quite confident in remembering what the games actually were. There you go. Exist Archive, The Other Side of the Sky. Now this is a big box for what might be just one game. I don't know, maybe it's multiple games, I don't remember. In here we have just a single game, Code Realize. Yeah, look at this too. This is another like box art case where it just looked so... it just pulled me right away. Oh man, almost like serendipity or something, right? This is definitely visual novel territory all day, every day. And there's a few of these. So this one I think was like the most affordable. And I was like, all right, well, like, and I'm not a visual novel guy, just full disclosure here, but it's not like I haven't played a few of them. And it's not like I haven't enjoyed them either. So if I ever feel the fancy, I'll probably check that game out. Feel the fancy. What am I even saying? Sometimes I just say things, I'm not even really listening to myself. I think is how most people normally talk nowadays. Here is probably one of the more interesting games. So Deathmark is a horror visual novel. And this one I think I genuinely will make sure that I get to at some point. Guess the box art really doesn't show you all that much, but by that alone you totally wouldn't know what's in here, which is yeah, it's a horror visual novel. So I'll definitely be checking this out. But now let's get to what we've all been waiting for here. The blue PlayStation Vita. I'm very excited. I love how this thing looks. And it's the original OLED model. So it's, and with the original box too, right? It was a complete listing. Want to make sure I got all that stuff. And I also ordered it with a spare memory card, so we might have put it in the box. Because you know how expensive those things are. I believe I only ordered an 8 GB. I don't need much. I'll only install a handful of games at a time on this thing. We don't need to go crazy spending $10,000 on Vita memory cards. Great condition box. Whenever you buy from Japan, it seems like they always take care of their stuff. Actually, you see that little accessory right there? That is rare. That's like $50, $60 on eBay. Last time I checked. And I'm proud to say that your boy has one of those. But yeah, order from Japan. They always take care of their stuff. So just like a little, close to like a launch edition Vita. Obviously it's not a launch model, it only came one color, but packaging looks fairly similar to what a launch edition Vita would be. Got all of our cords right there. Our AR cards, if you remember, every Vita would come with these as well. And I guess it's just in the Vita, I hope. Ooh, I can't wait to see this thing in person. Oh my god, look at that. Look at that. Just gorgeous, pearlescent, flaky blue. Camera's having a hard time focusing on all this, but oh, there you go. Touchpad's really got it going on there. That is something else. Yeah, right off the light. Oh, the back touchpad looks immaculate, but it might just because the blue helps, right? Any black Vitas, you see the micro scratches like so prominently, but oh my god, this thing looks unbelievable. But our memory card is in fact in there. Yep, 8 GB, like you're going to be able to see that. I can confirm it's 8. Yeah, still got to charge. Wow, PlayStation Vita. And when you buy a Japanese PlayStation console, by default, on a system level, circle will be your input, X would be your back, and at least on Vita, you cannot change this. So that might be hard to get used to, but for at least the OS front settings, things like that, if you navigate through menus like that, circle is going to be how you enter things, X will be to go back. There's our new Japanese PlayStation Vita. Looks beautiful. Parental controls, messages. You know I'm all about those trophies. But I'll have a second account on this. This will just be kind of another mindless Vita for me to play on. I have a slim model where that also has a second account. and I'll have that account also over here as well, but I'll install just a handful of games on here, and again, kind of a pick up and play thing, no major commitment, just mess around, but the blue really is just, it's something else. Totally worth it. Such a gorgeous system. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you haven't yet, of course, please subscribe for the best PlayStation news, reviews, and updates that are here on YouTube. You can follow me on Twitter at MysticRyan. And that is it. I will see you all in my next video. You take it easy.